all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibilities everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we open our hearts. In this room, we grow together. In this room, we accept one another. In this room, We all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibility torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. Learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibilities everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born.
All right. We're going to start the community song. Good morning, everyone at home and everyone here. So feel free to be comfy in your seats while you're eating, or you can stand up, whatever you feel like doing. sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. You say, I recognize the God in you. Now fill your voice in sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Every walk of life. Every creed and color. Friendship we unite. For the honor of each other. Look at the person next to you. They know to say I bow to you. Now feel the love and sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. Just kidding. That always gets me.
It's true, we do. Good morning. This morning, I am your host because everything is way out of whack and out of order, and I didn't want to do that to anybody. So welcome to our Sunday celebration. Whether you're here in person or joining us online, we would greatly appreciate if you would share this live stream on whatever social media platforms you use, whenever it's convenient for you. If this is your first time experiencing Columbia/Greater Baltimore, now Center for Spiritual Living, welcome. Here's what we want you to know. More than being welcome, you are celebrated here. Everybody, no matter what path you're on, no matter how many times you change paths, you are welcome and celebrated here just because you breathe. And so thank you for that. And so now I get to tell you who we are and what we're up to. Our vision is contributing to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. We are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual community where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. And so now I'm going to turn it back over to Felicia for our next community song, How Can I Serve?
And hopefully this time I can stop when the song stops. Today, sweet spirit, how can I serve today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today, sweet spirit? serve today? Sweet Spirit, how can I serve today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go.
Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads. Is this okay?
You keep going. It's too low. It's just we can't break it.
Too low here?
Just get it like a ice cream cone.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to start over. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to the universal spiritual principles of love and law. As we light this final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, and so it is. Our sacred reading this morning comes from the Science of Mind magazine Daily Guides for Sunday, March 30th, 2025 by Reverend Dr. Margaret Stortz. It begins with two Ernest Holmes quotes. The first from page 22 of Creative Mind. We must all learn to control the inner life so that outside things do not make an impression on our mentalities. The second, from page 300 of The Science of Mind, a philosophy, a faith, a way of life. We should expect the best and so live that the best may become part of our experience. Using the law of mind. Holmes frequently referred to one of the activities of the infinite mind as the law of cause and effect. Many phrases help describe this. As we turn to God, God turns to us. What goes around comes around. As a man thinketh, so he is, to name a few. As well as the vast creativity of the mind of God, there is an element of it that automatically responds in kind to the nature of our thoughts, hence the law of mind. What does this mean? Essentially, it means that the ways in which we think will return to us as some form or condition in our lives. In other words, our lives will be about what we expect them to be. Are we thoughtful, optimistic, ready to participate? If so, we will generally find these positive outcomes reflected in our days. On the other hand, if we are critical, negative, and down on ourselves and others, our days will generally reveal gloomy, unsatisfying situations. Obviously, it becomes important to be attentive to the working of our minds so that we will consciously engage the mind of God in the most uplifting, creative responses. Daily, we can scan our thinking patterns to make sure they work for our good. To live happy, productive lives, lives that are under our control, it is definitely worth the effort. Our affirmation for today: I am the place where God stands forth in the world as me. I am focused on my thought patterns and I engage the infinite mind in the healthiest, most creative ways.
So we're going to go into our meditation practice now. So if we could just continue to do what you're doing with a bit more quiet. Thank you.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself.
allowing your next breath to be a little bit deeper than the one before. Breathing in the allness of life that is present right here in this very moment. It is perfect joy, perfect peace. It is that exquisite love that is pressed down and overflowing, moving, expressing, articulating, beaming in and through all of creation. All that is unseen and all that is seen. It is the heartbeat of all of life. And it is my very heartbeat right now. And I'm recognizing that it is the heartbeat of all of creation. And so it must be so that it is the heartbeat of each one present in this very room and beyond. It is in this room that we love one another, care for one another, uplift one another, be kooky with one another, and just show up as the glorious, glorious majesty that we are. And so it's from this place of truth that I joyfully speak a word of blessing this morning for this service and for all of life. That in every corner, every nook, every star, every place, every teardrop, every place that appears to be challenge beyond words in our world, that I know with great certainty that there is a loving God that is present. And so I call forth this awareness of this thing that I'm attempting to describe, that is giving of itself mercifully, tenderly, lovingly. And so from this springs forth a well that is pressed down and overflowing of joy. And so I'm accepting, I'm claiming that there is a living in the remembering of this, that beyond the chaos, beyond the activity, that there is a joy that we can call on, that we can know, we can experience, we can embody as our lives. And so I'm knowing that this service is already blessed because each one is present, expressing as this thing. So I'm so grateful for our gathering together, breaking bread, sharing our lives, and holding each other up. And so I recognize that the words are no longer needed, and I release. I release into that alchemy of love, knowing it is complete. Just as it is spoken, it is fulfilled. And I let go now and remember. And so it is.
Sit beneath the night sky and I pray, if only for today you could touch my hand and send me high into the sky to dance on the clouds above, where I feel at peace. I need the release from a world that's filled with so much negativity. God, take me away for just one day. Let my soul be free. Let my soul be released. Lying around like it ain't got nowhere to be. Thank you, God, for setting me free. Let my soul be released. Soaring so high up in the sky. Even if it's just for one night, I'll be alright. I will be just fine if for just one night. Alright. But when dances like a daydream around me, any fear I had has been set free. As I touch the clouds around me, I can feel that God's grace is for real. And I feel at peace. I need the release from a world that's gone so crazy. God, take me away for just one day. Let my soul be free. Let my soul be released. Lying around like it ain't got nowhere to be. Thank you, God, for setting me free. Let my soul be released. Soaring so high up in the sky. Even if it's just for one night, I'll be alright. I'll be just fine if for just one night. God, for setting me free. Let my soul be released. Soaring so high up in the sky. Even if it's just for one night, I'll be alright. I'll be just fine if I just one night. I'll be just fine. Now I'll be alright. Even if it's just one night.
Okay, so if you don't have a worksheet, grab one. I'm going to go deliver this microphone back here to Frank as soon as he gets back at the computer so our online folks can communicate. Frank, I need you, brother. Okay. The natives are restless. Okay. If I could get some semblance of everybody's attention. Hi. No, not right now, because it's really not necessary, and we know you love it, and it's all good. Okay, so we have a lot to cover today, and so I'm going to ask folks to be attentive. If you do need to have a conversation, please have it at a lower volume so it doesn't disturb the whole room. Folks online, I've got some slides coming for you. If you're an online person and you're not getting our newsletter, you might want to sign up for the newsletter, because I sent the attachments out via a newsletter last night so everybody could have them in preparation for the workshop. So, I'm pretty sure we have enough for everybody in the room, because there's 30 of them. All right. So we have this since the beginning of the year, we have covered that we're powerless over the law of cause and effect. We're powerless to guarantee an outcome. Some of us believe that, some of us not so much. That's okay. You do you. We have covered the second step, where we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Sanity being doing something different and expecting a different result versus doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Okay? The trick to restoration is we have to believe that it existed at some point in order to be restored to it. Right? And then we covered the third step. We made a decision to turn our will and our life over to the care of that higher power. And you get to pick your understanding of your higher power. It's 100% up to you. It's not up to me, my higher power, none of your business, your higher power, none of my business. And if we're open to it, we can share our perspectives with one another, because we might actually learn a new wrinkle from each other. And the trick is to share it without trying to change somebody else's mind. That's the trick, to just share about your higher power, right? So I've created this flow chart because I don't know about you, but there's some things going on in this human realm that feel ever so slightly unmanageable. Anybody else having that experience these days? Yeah, okay. It's nice to not be alone. So the first block in the first page, Jesse, you can pull that up. I don't have slides for in the room because I forgot my flash drive this morning. The online folks, Jesse does have some slides that will help you if you didn't have a chance to download the worksheets. Everybody in the room hopefully has one. So the very first block invites you to briefly describe a situation in which you are experiencing some level of unmanageability. And so I invite you to do that now. It can be one word, it can be 10 words, whatever works for you. If you're online and you have a question, please put it in the chat. Frank has a microphone so he can communicate with me from back at the computer. So the very first step, briefly describe a situation in which you are experiencing some level of unmanageability. And we're actually going to move through this pretty quickly, or we'll be here until way past our allotted time. So the second part, the next box down, describe the outcome you desire. So if you're having some unmanageability, what do you want? How do you want that to be different? What outcome do you want from that situation? And it can be anything. And it doesn't have to be realistic, right? Be honest with whatever outcome you want, right? I invite you to put your should book away, right? And whatever comes to mind when you think, what outcome do I desire? Just write it down. It might be the infinite giving you a divine idea. Okay, do I have a brave volunteer that's willing to share their first two things? The situation that they're experiencing some level of unmanageability. Okay, Gail?
I'm finding it difficult these days to be balancing life with social media news.
Okay, difficulty balancing life with social media and news. What outcome do you want?
To fill my time with life-affirming activities, focused attention.
Life-affirming activities, focus, and intention. So that's pretty, I can get next to all that, right? Anybody like hear that and go, nah, I don't want any of that, right? So here's the $1 million question. Can I control this situation by guaranteeing this outcome? It's just a simple yes or no. Yeah, it's a really interesting question, isn't it? Can I control this situation by guaranteeing this outcome? Now, if your brain is telling you yes, then on the worksheet, you go to the left. If your brain is telling you no, you go to the right on the worksheet. Okay? If you go to the yes side of the worksheet, it's asking you to write 3 specific actions that you will take to manifest your desired outcome by a specific date and time. Because if you can control it, you can pick a date and time. Because that's the nature of control. Some people have figured this out already. I can tell by the giggles. And so if that date is in the future, you'll have to come back to this. Because then, once you do that, you get to reassess. Did I manifest my desired outcome by my specific date and time? If you did, you stay on the left side of the page and celebrate your yes. If you didn't, you go to the little no box, which takes you back up and to the no column at the top.
I can't escape.
There is a method to my madness. And this is where the tools really come in. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the whole reason that it's put in guaranteeing this outcome is that first step thing. Is to really get clear that we have power, but we're powerless over guaranteeing any specific outcome. We just can't do that. Now, if you're not convinced, that's why this side is here, so that you can practice learning that, yeah, that didn't work. And some of us have to do that, and I invite you to let that be okay. If you're in there that says, if something inside of you is still wanting to argue that, yes, I can do that, then please, by all means, be in integrity and run it out and see what happens. Right? Because it doesn't do you any good to lie about what you believe. That serves no positive purpose anywhere. Right? So when we go to the no side, when you say that no, right? When you get to that, can I control this situation by guaranteeing this outcome? And you say no, what's your first thought when you say that? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you say that no? Exhale. So that's what goes in that first box under the no, right? My immediate thought is, for Dale, it's exhale. For me, typically it's, well, now what? Right? For you, it is whatever it is. But that's what you want to put in that first box. What your immediate thought is when you have a realization that you really cannot guarantee the outcome that you want. Might just be, oh crap. Right? It is whatever it is. When you think that thought, what do you feel? One word. Feelings are one word. Peace. When she thinks exhale, she feels peace. When I think, well, now what? I feel pressure, I feel trapped, I feel confused. I feel lots of things. Okay. So whatever your thought is, when you think that thought, what do you feel? How does it resonate in you? And if you continue down the flow chart, feeling this, I have an urge to. Okay. So when you feel peace, what do you have an urge to do? When you feel stuck, what do you have an urge to do? When you feel confused, what do you have an urge to do? Whatever your feeling is, what is the immediate urge, the immediate sense you have? Huh?
Numb out.
Numb out. The more honest you are on this thing, the more effective it will be. And then when you get those three laid out, ask yourself, this urge is in alignment with my spiritual principles and values, yes or no? If it is, celebrate. If it's not, page 2 is for you. Go ahead and switch the slide, Jesse. And that's where we move into being restored to sanity. All right. Look back at your desired outcome. What experience will this outcome give you? All right. Because it's rarely about the outcome that we envision. It's what it will give us. All right. Most of us want more money. What will more money give you? Right? What will, if the world behaves the way I want it to, what will my experience be? If politics go the way I want them, what will my experience be? If my medical coverage is what I want it to be, what will my experience be? That's what we're after here. And you write that as an I think statement. I think I will experience whatever when your desired outcome happens. Is what goes in that first writing block on the second page. I think I will experience security when I know my medical coverage isn't going to be taken away. Now, I will experience safety when I have enough money to pay my rent. I will experience freedom of movement when my car gets repaired. Okay? Whatever it is for you. Again, if you have any questions online, and let me share that. So, somebody online, the challenging situation is a custody situation with their child and ex-husband. The desired outcome is that the child will be back home by next Sunday. See, this can be little stuff, it can be big stuff, right? Another one shared, my immediate thought is I need to trust more deeply. See, this stuff works. It'll bring stuff up for you if you're willing to be honest between you and the pen and the paper. Okay? Because here's the thing. You're not turning it in. Right? It's not a quiz. It's a worksheet for you to work on you. So if you lie to you, newsflash, you will know you're lying to you. Okay? And then you can go through the whole exercise about lying to yourself and figure that out, why that's happening. Right? Because there's always something. Right? So once you have that first block, I think I will experience whatever when the desired outcome happens. Using that statement, complete this statement. When I think, and that's that whole statement up top, when I think I will experience peace when people stop building bombs, I feel. What do you feel when you think that? Right? What do you feel when you think that? And pay attention to the feeling, because most of us, if we ask each other, what do you feel? If you ask yourself or you ask somebody else what they feel, and you or they give a whole sentence, that's not feelings, that's thoughts. Right? I will feel like our economy's better because we're not building bombs and we're not blowing. Those are not feelings. Those are more thoughts. Right? Feelings, one word. Happy, sad, relieved, peaceful, joyful. One word. If you got more than one word, it's a thought. And you can set that aside in a little parking lot and work through the whole process on that thought if it's not a thought that you want. This is really change your thinking, change your life, step by step. And I promise you, this works. And so using your feeling word above, complete this sentence. When I feel, whatever your feeling word is, right? I have an urge to, and you fill that out. And then you just keep going through that. Using your urge above, complete this sentence. When I have an urge to, I typically or most likely do what? What action do you take? Typically. Okay? When I have an urge to scream, I typically shut down so that I don't scream. When I have an urge to be political, I swallow it because I don't think that's okay to do. See, it'll come with another thought. Right? When I have an urge to lash out in anger, I eat cake. Some of you know. When I have an urge to scream, I drink a shot of liquor. When I have an urge to act out, I smoke a joint. None of this stuff is bad or wrong, but it's what people do. Right? When I have an urge to argue, I wall off from everybody and don't talk to anybody. Right? And it's important to really get clear, how do you typically respond to this stuff? Because the next question is, the next statement is to really look at this. This action is in alignment with spiritual principles and my values. Is it? Not yet. Right? And so if it is, you're on the yes side and you celebrate. Woohoo! You're there. Right? You are functioning in integrity, in alignment. Your thoughts, feelings, urges, and actions are all lined up with spiritual principle and your values. Because ultimately, that's the goal. Right? If the answer is no, then you just keep redoing the process. And on the second page of it, the third and fourth page, it's just the same thing to give you plenty of room to practice. Right? Because this really is the healing tool. Right? When I think I will experience, fill in the blank, when the desired outcome happens. When I think, and you use that whole first sentence that you just wrote, I feel. And it's important to write this stuff down. And I encourage you, if you're home, say it out loud. Right? Read what you wrote. I think I will experience peace when my candidate is elected. Right? I've thought that. I thought that this time. And so now I'm having to rethink that, because now how do I get back to peace? Right? And this exercise helps me remember that my peace is not controlled by anything outside of me. My peace is controlled by what I'm telling myself is required in order for me to feel peace. And I'm the one setting the standard. Right? It can simply be this. I will experience peace when I choose it. It can be that simple. Right? And then, when I think I will experience peace when I choose it, I feel relief. I feel free. I feel empowered. When I feel empowered, I have an urge to live it. When I have an urge to live it, I typically am peaceful. And we get to keep running it until we get there. Because none of us, right? It would be really so simple if our blessed brain in there only had one thought. But our thoughts are layered. And the first thought that comes to you is just the first layer. And so when you deal with that thought, the next one is underneath. And the next one is underneath, and the next one is underneath. Because we're complex people. And so give yourself a break as you're going through this. If you have to go through it 30 times to get to a congruent thought, feeling, urge, and action, great. You loved yourself enough to find out it took 30 times. Right? But a lot of us will have the thought in the process of, this is taking way too long. I'm broke. Well, use that thought. Right? Yes, Frank. So they are in the newsletter, and will be in today's newsletter. And so that's the easiest way to get them. They're in the newsletter. With a simple click, it'll download directly from the newsletter.
I'm not getting the newsletter, so it's obviously.
So why isn't that mic working? Is the light turned on, Vaughn?
Yeah, it's orange.
No, on the board? Huh. That's bizarre. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, they can just send me an email to info@columbiacsl.com. They can also go to the website and a pop-up. There's a way to sign up for the newsletter from the website. I'm in the process of transitioning to our new website very shortly, so go sign up now before I create a bunch of hiccups for us. Because I think I will experience some hiccups when I transition the new website. And I feel okay about that. Because I know I only know so much. And I am learning as I'm going. So when that transition happens, just if you experience something that doesn't work or makes sense, send me an email that says, "Yo, Rev, this don't work." So I can fix it. Any other questions? And Kimmy, if I have your email address in one of the databases, I will just send you an attachment if you would like. I don't know whose email addresses I have and whose I don't yet. Any other questions that anybody has? Anybody want to share their example to walk through it? Anybody stuck that it would be helpful to walk you through it? Any brave souls? If you're online and you want to walk through your example, we can do that. No volunteers? Okay. I can appreciate that. All right. Got it, Kimmy. Gotcha. I will send you that later today. Yes, Zita. Okay, come on up here. You come on up here. Let me get this microphone so everybody can hear you. You can change your mind if you want. Oh, the battery's dead. That's why. Yep. Never mind. Okay, we're just going to have to do this together because the battery's dead on that rest. Felicia's microphone works. All right.
Just stand over there.
Yep. All right. So, what's your situation that you are finding somewhat unmanageable?
My health and mobility.
Okay, is everybody listening up here? We got a vulnerable volunteer.
Is that better? My health and mobility.
Vaughn, can you turn this vocal mic up just a little bit? Thank you. Okay, health and mobility is the situation. What's your desired outcome?
To feel completely whole,
Okay.
pain-free, with freedom of mobility.
Okay, so do you want to feel completely whole or do you want to be completely whole?
The way I wrote it is completely whole.
Completely whole.
I just went right to it.
Right. And so it's important to pay attention to that, because what she actually wrote down doesn't say, I want to feel this. It says completely whole. The desired outcome is complete wholeness. Stand in that. Stand in that, because infinite intelligence within you is filling this out. Perhaps it has a bigger idea for you than your human you. Perhaps. Okay. So when you got to, can you guarantee the outcome of this? Did you go yes or no?
No.
Okay. And what was your first thought?
I must listen more carefully to my body and to the ways in which I hold and radiate energy within my being.
Excellent. And what did you feel when you thought that?
Empowered and at peace.
And feeling that, what do you have the urge to do?
Spend more time loving myself on every level of my being and reminding myself of the unlimited power of good and love that expresses through me.
Wow. You get how this can work? And so I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that that is in alignment with spiritual principle and your values, yes?
I thought so.
Yeah. So we celebrate that. And then there it is. Now, what you've done in the process, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Give her some love. What you've actually done in the process is write affirmations. Because if I came in here and said we're going to write affirmations, most of you would have stopped at, I don't know how to write affirmations. My affirmations are no good. I do affirmations all the time. They don't work. Blah, blah, blah. So I just bypass all that silliness, and there you go. Beautiful affirmations. Beautiful affirmations. And if you do those, you'll get an outcome that is in alignment with spiritual principle and your values. Because really, Zita, if you had to definitively put qualifiers on that desired outcome, completeness, and could you effectively do that in order to script it? No. But something inside knows what that is. Something inside you knows what your completeness is. And what you're doing is claiming that. Instead of the limitation of your brain, the unlimitation of your soul. Your brain only knows what someone else has put in it. It's just like your computer. It only has downloaded files of past information to pull from. Your soul is living in eternal now, which is every moment that has ever been, is now, and can ever be, because creation doesn't have a timeline. It just has now. It just has now. It's unlimited. So when that idea of completeness comes, you don't have to understand what it means. You don't have to be able to define it. You just get to agree with it. To say, yes. Yes, I'll be that. I will be my complete me. And then, and this is the key to all of this, is understanding the difference between expectation and expectancy. Expectation is that brain qualified definition. Expectancy literally means to look for. To look for. Expectation is a defined thing that you're looking for. Expectancy just means to look for. And so if you claim completeness with an attitude of expectancy, then you just look for your completeness. Not for a version of it, but for your completeness. And you will see it because you're not seeing with a definition. You're seeing with an openness. You're seeing with the unlimited you. This is that place where we talk about when you do see what you can't see, you will see what you haven't seen. Right? You have to see it first. You have to see it first. Say what? Say it again. When you do see what you can't see, you will see what you haven't seen. Another way to say that is Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things not seen, but hoped for. It's the substance. What is the substance of all creation? Consciousness, energy, mind, whatever you call it. Right? See that. And it's everywhere you look. If you want to see completeness, there's a complete chair. Right? There's a complete bush. Here's a complete human being. Now that one's hard for us, right? Especially when we claim it about ourselves. Because as soon as I said that, my brain went, really? Really? Yes, really. Really. Because I'm talking about the substance of me. The substance of me. Clearly, I'm still sucking air, so complete doesn't mean done with life. Right? How are we defining the word complete? If I understand creation, I am complete. Because I am the infinite expressing itself as me, and then it lets go of control so that I make the choices. That's why we have the power of choice, so we can choose, because every choice expands the infinite's experience of itself. If we didn't have choice, all it could do was replicate itself, and we would all be little automatons exactly the same. There would be no difference. That doesn't make us incomplete. It makes us expressing differently. 2 snowflakes, different. Each one a complete snowflake. Right? No matter what its shape is. So perhaps you're already complete. Say what?
Completely evolved.
Yes. Evolution doesn't mean incomplete. It means evolving. Whole, perfect, and complete. Evolving. Evolution is just another word for expressing. That's all it is. So you have a tool that you can copy and copy and copy. I will share with you, I have journals that just have these prompts. And when I say journals, I really mean journals. Spiral bound. I got probably 12 of them now, filled up. Why do I keep them? So every once in a while I can go back and remind myself of how much I've grown. Right? It also helps me see where I'm stuck, where I'm just going through the process and I'm lying to myself because I'm just doing it over and over and over and over and over. That would be insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. And the minute I can see it, well, now I can own it, and I can run one of these worksheets on that. I live by this TFUA Because it's true. Your thoughts create your feelings create your urges lead to your actions. Now, if you extrapolate that, your actions repeated create habits. Habits repeated to the level of unconsciousness become your life. Those are those automatic things that you just do, that you don't even know why you do them, right? You have those moments where it's like, man, why did I do that? I thought I was done with this, right? It's because that is operating at such a deep level of habit behavior that it's absolutely unconscious. Just because you're unaware of it doesn't mean it's not operating. It just means you're unaware of it until you're in the outcome part. Going, what happened? Start wherever you are. Just because these prompts are laid out in order, you don't have to do it in order. If you become aware of something at the feeling level, just start with I feel. And then walk it backwards. What am I thinking that's creating this feeling? Okay? If all of a sudden you come to in a behavior and go, what am I doing? Great question. Write down the behavior. Walk it backwards. What urge did you feel before you acted? What did you feel that created that urge? What was your thought that started the whole thing? Now you know what to change. If the thought ain't what you want, we're a new thought philosophy. Have a new thought. It's like, some days I'm like, really? We are new thought. I dare you to have one already. Have a new thought. It doesn't, and please, I have talked to so many human beings who say, what if my new thought is wrong? So what? The one you're having ain't working. At least it's not working differently. It's progress. It really is. Right? But, I mean, don't stay stuck because you're scared to have a new thought that doesn't work the way you want it to work. That's just silly. And we all do it. Right? We all do it. Have a new thought. Take a risk. Play it out. The nice part about this worksheet is you can walk it all the way through mentally before you actually act things out. That's why it says, I typically would act. You don't have to have the thought, have the feeling, have the urge. Go do the action and go, oh yeah, whoops. You know if the action is in alignment with spiritual principle. Walk it all the way through. Play the movie all the way to the end. Is that the ending you want? If it's not, rewrite the script. It all begins and ends with your thoughts. If they ain't working, change them. Don't mean they're broke. It just means you might want to change it. Okay? Any last minute questions before we wrap up?
Typically, oftentimes, it appears to be that maybe, if possible, I might be able to. In other words, have some little bit of confidence here.
Yeah.
Like,
just do it. It's the, treat this like Nike. Just do it, right? Because we can get stuck in that loop of, well, maybe sort of, kind of, in some sort of way, I might want to, but, if I do, then, well, and we can get stuck, right? And here's the thing. Stuck isn't even real when it comes to your thoughts. Stuck is an absence of movement. What we call stuck in our thoughts is spinning our wheels. There's lots of movement with the same thought. But you're not really stuck, you're just repeating the same thought. What's the definition of insanity? Repeating the same thing and expecting different results. So if you're feeling mentally stuck, you might choose to entertain that you are having some level of insanity. The good news is you're one thought away from healing that insanity. Voila! Have a new thought. Right? And trust that you don't have to know how it's all going to pan out. You don't have to. We already got real clear on page 1. You really can't guarantee an outcome. You really can't. Even if you draft out the steps, because other people live on the planet with you. Right? You can plan the perfect picnic, and then weather gonna be weather. Ants gonna be ants. There's only so much we can control. Be brave with this. Be brave. Take some risks. I promise you, the reward will outweigh the risk. You will be amazed at what you find. And you might even like it. You might even. Right? Because you can get so practiced with this, you'll be driving down the road and traffic is getting backed up and you have a thought and you're like, I can see where that thought's going. Nope, taillight meditation. That's how taillight meditation came about for me. I got tired of the process of thinking I was stuck in traffic, which made me feel angry, which then I had the urge to reach out and slap every driver that I could reach. And I'm like, how's that working for you, dude? Right? My blood pressure's up. I'm all unhappy. And all of a sudden it occurred to me, when I think I'm in a taillight meditation, I feel peaceful. I pay attention. I have an urge to pay attention to the vehicle in front of me because their taillights are the source of my meditation. So I'm not going to rear end somebody. And that's what I do. And so stuck in traffic doesn't even bother me anymore. I'm just like, taillight meditation. You will be amazed at the things that Spirit in you comes up with. Yeah. All right. Last minute questions, comments before we wrap up?
I need to compliment you. I really, really think that you did a fabulous workshop on this, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully our folks online yes, I will send it to you, Chris Fazo. Yes, ma'am, I will. I love this. I can pull people up and have them right here on my phone and communicate with them. So, is my clicker back there, guys? Yeah, thank you, Jesse. There was a time I'd feel all self-conscious and be beating myself up right about now because I didn't have my clicker. How silly is that? Whoop. Okay. So, this is our time of conscious giving. And so I invite you to give as you have been given to. I'm going to ask Felicia to come get ready. And Let's say our giving affirmation. You'll notice that it is just ever so slightly different because I'm trying to catch all the places where it just says Columbia until we get through this synthesis process that we're in of two communities. And just so you know, synthesis is different than combining. Synthesis literally brings two things together, two or more things together to create something new. Not combining two things, synthesizing them so that those two things are no more and something new is. And so that's the process we're in. So let's say our giving affirmation together, shall we? I affirm the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely as creation gives to me. I give through this spiritual community, the spiritual center, to ensure its continued availability to all spiritual seekers. Follow your finger, Rafe. The words are right in front of me, and apparently my brain is like, I'm not reading them. All right, Felicia's going to sing to us.
I am. You ready, Frank? This is Frank's song. In the morning when I rise, I know I'm not alone. I put my hands together and pray to the only one I know. I give thanks for another day and for everyone in my life. And saying so it is, amen, and then I let it go. God is all there is. Everywhere you turn, in your heart and soul, and all you know, and in every word, God is all there is. The source of who we are, and every flower and tree, you and me, and in every star. In the night before I sleep, I lay my hand and I say, thank you, God, I'm so grateful for all I've done today. Give love to my family and friends, new and old. I say, and so it is, amen, and then I let it go. God is all there is. Everywhere you turn, in your heart and soul, and all you know, and in every word, God is all there is. The source of who we are, and every flower and tree, you and me, and in every star, God is all there is. Everywhere you turn, in your heart and soul, and all you know, and in every word. And me, and in every star. God is all there is. Everywhere you turn,
So I speak a word of gratitude, a word of acknowledgement for the divine as this thing called money. The infinite expressing itself, giving to itself, sustaining its expression of itself. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And so it is. Okay. So not only are things in a different order, I forgot my flash drive this morning, so I don't even know what's coming next on this slide. So here's what I do know. I am grateful for you, Felicia Taylor. Thank you. I am grateful for you, Jesse Dabbs and Zeta Betts. Thank you. I am grateful for you, Von Dabbs. Brother Vaughn is learning sound systems. Grateful for you, Dr. Lisa Gordon. Thank you. And in so many ways, I am grateful for you, Deborah Ellis. Grateful for you, Rita Miller. Grateful for you, Laura Service. Grateful for you, Frank Mastoris. And I am grateful beyond words that I get to do this.
And Rita and I would be grateful if everyone would take their food home and all their containers.
Yes.
And do not put any garbage down that sink in there.
There you go. No garbage down the sink. Take home what you brung. Go home with who brung you, unless you've made other arrangements. It happens. That's under the category of none ya. Ain't none my business. Yes. Yes, I'm getting there. So I'm not going to run the announcements this morning. So there's how you find out what's going on. Go to our website, www.columbiacsl.com/events. Gets you to the calendar. You can find out everything you want to know. If it's not there, send an email to info@columbiacsl.com, and I will respond to you as quickly as humanly possible. It will not be on a Monday because Monday is my personal Sabbath day. I don't even respond to Deborah on Monday. And that is the one carve out, okay? I am available for ecclesiastical emergencies. Let's review what constitutes an emergency. Somebody is bleeding, dying, or on fire. Those are emergencies. Everything else, send me an email. If you have a true emergency, text your name, your phone number, and 911 in the text, and I will know you have an emergency, and I will call you right back. Okay. If you want prayer, Deborah is available after service to pray with you. You can also fill out a prayer request over there on the little table. You can also submit a prayer request online to prayer@columbiacsl.com. Those are our beautiful practitioners. Okay, before I get to our affirmation, there are 3 cards that have been circulating. They're going to be up here on the table in case you didn't get a chance to fill them out. One is for Jamie Hudson Craig, who we miss dearly, and lots going on, caring for her family and working full time, and lots. This one is for Grace Jones, Reggie Cap's mom, who lost her husband. And this one is for Reggie, who lost her dad. So if you haven't signed them and care to, they are up here. We had an amazing town hall meeting Wednesday night. Amazing. And out of that sparked this idea so that we can actually have ongoing communication. So you will see there's a stack of these pink papers over there on the welcome table. It says community input. We are a welcoming, inclusive community where everyone can be seen and heard. Please use this form to share your experience, perspectives, ideas, and questions. And then the first side of it says today's Sunday service, and it gives you a space to tell me your experience of the music, the reading, the message, the general flow and format, and any recommendations or suggestions that you have. On the back side, everything else. And that's exactly what it says. Everything else. Classes, book studies, workshops. If there's something that's not happening that you want, tell me about it. If something happened that just you were like, could have lived without it, tell me that. Fellowship and social activities that you want us to hold. Any local 501c3 organizations that you would like us to support. We are a tithing community. And so if there's a 501c3 that you think we should support with our community tithe money, let me know about them. Any fundraising ideas, and that's exactly how it is spelt, all capital F-U-N, draising. So if you have any fundraising ideas, let us know what those are. And then anything else you want to share, you can share. These come directly to me, so help me serve you better by communicating. All right. So in alignment with our workshop today, here's our affirmation. I'm going to just listen and then we'll say it together. I choose an experience of life in alignment with my heart's desire. Let's say that together. I choose an experience of life in alignment with my heart's desire. All right. And so now, Felicia is going to sing us out. And this thing like starts right away. Just it's like beat sing.
And I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. In my faith, I see the light. I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm wholly here for God. I
time, only for God.
Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table. Loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful, loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I thank you, God, for one good day. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table. Loving kindness says to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day.